Welcome, and thanks for joining me. This is Roxy Kellerman with Ticor Title. Today we have a wonderful guest that we're going to be showcasing, really because we find that the information that we're providing for you as a real estate agent is really something that's becoming a very valuable asset for your business, and we're excited to have Brian Fox with us today. This is Title Talking, and so let's just get into it. So Brian, hi and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Good to be here.
I know. You know, a lot of folks don't know a little bit of your background, but you work for a company called Benutech, and
Yes,
tell me a little bit about that.
We're a data company out of Costa Mesa.
Okay.
We started the company in 2010. Happen to be a real estate broker myself, no longer practicing real estate.
Yeah.
My partner, same thing. So we all came from this background, from the real estate background. We started a data company because we were the ones going out and mining data by hand and putting the data together to go, this works, right? So we incorporate it now into software and then deliver it to agents across the United States, which is what we're doing. So we started in Southern California, we're now nationwide, but the one we're known best for is Rebo Gateway.
So let's really just focus on that for today.
Okay.
So I understand that with Rebo Gateway, there's quite a bit of data that some of our real estate agents are able to use. But what I'm finding is that there's so much, they don't know how to use it where it's going to affect them and their listing. So life events is something that we haven't talked about in the past. And so can you just address a little bit more about what that would look like for them? Rebo Gateway, life events.
Absolutely. So for the most part, if you think about why do people sell, right? They don't sell because they live in zip code 92808. They don't sell because they happen to be an owner occupant or a non-owner occupant. Properties sell because of something going on in their life. They file for divorce. If you just step back and take a look at somebody filing for divorce, what happens? They're going from 2 incomes down to 1. Will that one income sustain the household? Don't know, right? Or they have equity in the property and not a lot of money in the bank potentially when they file for divorce. So do they need to liquidate that equity in order to facilitate that divorce, right? So for those reasons, right, divorces lead to the sale of property. When somebody passes away, similarly, again, if it's a younger person passing away, it may go from 2 incomes down to 1, they may need to sell the property. If it's an older person, it may be a situation where, mom come in or dad come in, move with me, the house is too big, let's sell it, let's downsize, that type of thing. So life events are what leads to the sale of property. Those could be mortgage defaults, they could be tax defaults, they can be somebody passing away, divorce. There's lots of things that go on. And so what we do is we track those things. If we can find them and match them to property, we're now giving realtors a specific address to be able to market themselves to, as opposed to, we'll market to them because they're non-owner occupants and non-owner occupants sell a lot, or market to them just because they're in a neighborhood. Right. It's not nearly as effective as marketing to properties that have a life event.
And having had that experience myself with my daughter having a child, we went from a 3-bedroom house into a 5-bedroom house within the first 7 months once we knew that we were going to be having a baby in our household. So that growth, it really does make a difference. And I am part of that consumerism that has to move on to the next phase to be able to accommodate the family. So tell me, now that we know that those life events is data that you provide, how does this affect the agent to be able to sort of like make that connection? Who's going to be doing that for them? Are you guys going to be working with a real estate agent if they decide that they want to use that program?
No. So here's what we do. So we're a data company. Yeah. So there's 2 parts to it, right? So knowing the right addresses is what we're going to provide them, right? So it doesn't matter what area it is, whether they want to market by county, by city, by zip code, or a geographical shape on a map. We can do all of that. They determine the properties that they want to market to by life event. Choose the divorces, choose the mortgage defaults, choose the affidavits of death or probates. Once they select those properties, now it's their job to market to them. Yeah. So it's a 2-part, right? What we're going to do first of all is we're going to give them, here's the right addresses. And that's really kind of like if I gave you a pass to go to the gym, right? Here's your gym pass, right? You put it in your wallet, that's great. You know that the equipment's there, it's the right equipment, it's the ones that's going to get you in shape or do whatever you wanted to go do at the gym, but you got to go to the gym. Yes. So you wouldn't market to these properties any different than you would market to a geographic farm. In other words, the properties all around your neighborhood. Yeah. Don't market to a divorce saying, hi, I just found out you filed for divorce. If they wanted you to know, they'd post it on Facebook and Twitter and all these. They don't do that, right? They don't do it. Good. They don't want you to know, right? But we've all known people that file for divorces and they sell property. We all know when somebody passes away, they sell property. Or they get to a certain age, they sell property. So based upon that, let's market to those specific addresses, right? Market to them the same way you'd market to geographical spaces, right? By phone, by mail, by knock, whatever you're gonna do. But let's just not talk about the life event, right? Let's be in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
And that's what data does for the agents. It puts them at the right place at the right time.
I love that. That's awesome. So what would be the next step? If a real estate agent that's watching right now says to themselves, that is exactly what I want to do. I want to target someone who is going to be able to be in a place where I can be a support system for them and add value to their transition. What would they need to do next?
Well, first off, we distribute this information in a subscription.
Okay.
So it's a county by county subscription. They would subscribe, they get access to every property in the county. From there, now it's one of our team, and we have a thing we call VIP account setup, and we have trainers and we do trainings every day, and there's plenty of support that we provide our subscribers. But the VIP account setup will now take that agent. So if you were the agent, Roxy, we'd sit and get together and go, okay, good. Over the phone, we'd share a screen and say, where do you want to market to? You want to market into La Jolla. Good, that's your area. Specific zip code over us. We're going to draw out and gather up all of the homes in that space, in that shape. And then we're going to go, okay, within that space, what do you want to market to? Divorcing couples, good, let's find those. We'll identify them, we're going to save them. You want to market to mortgage defaults, we're going to help with you, right? Identify them, save them. So we're going to save them to a list until that list gets to the size that you feel comfortable marketing to each month. Is that 300 people a month? Is it 400 a month or 500 a month? That's really what any real estate coach is going to tell you to do, right? You got to be in touch once a month. So let's make that list as big as you or your team has the availability to market to. Yeah. Those are the addresses now that you market to, and your success rate goes up. Statistically, we've proven, right? You market to people in geographical spaces, 2 to 3% sell. You market to people that have a life event going on, 20 to 50% of those people sell each year.
Exactly.
So it makes sense.
It makes sense. You know what? Here at Ticor Title, we have a farming program that we train on right here at the beautiful center here in Carlsbad, California. And one of the things that we really like to give is a lot of options and opportunities for our real estate agents. Some people love to door knock, call, code call, work within the sphere of influence. There's a variety of different it factors that make it so profitable for people. And today what I wanted to showcase was just another option that people have to be able to just look at what it is that you're trying to accomplish between you and someone who doesn't know, care, or trust you, and create that experience in that farming process. And farming is just that. It's actually being in the right place, like you say, at the right time with the right message. And you just never know what's happening if you don't really use a program like yours. So.
Right, you can't see, looking at the outside. If you look at that list in the Excel spreadsheet, right?
Exactly.
It's Joe Blow, Susie Q, who's going to sell first? You can't tell. If you look at the houses, green, yellow, blue, right? Who's going to sell next? We'll tell them what's happening behind the door, and now they market to it. It's successful every time.
That's wonderful. Perfect. So that just feeds right into what it is that is part of what we do, which is always give folks lots of information to be able to farm effectively. How do they get in touch with your product and your program? What do they need to do next?
They can go to our website, which is www.rebogateway.com, which is REBO gateway.com. So they can go there. That's probably the best way. It's got videos on it. It's got explanations of what we're doing and how the data works. And what we also do is we provide a one-on-one demo. So if you want to see what it's like in La Jolla or La Mesa or Chula Vista or Carlsbad, right?
Yes.
Wherever it is, we'll drop a pin, we'll share a screen, we'll show on a map exactly what's happening in that community so that the agent that's looking to subscribe or the investor looking to subscribe knows exactly what they're getting themselves into and what they have access to. So either way, they can go there, they can contact us, otherwise our cell phone, or excuse me, our office phone, not our cell phone.
Yeah.
866-887-0206. And so they can contact us and we'll do that for them as well.
Awesome. You've been a great delight. Thank you so much for coming and participating and contributing today. So this is Roxy with Ticor Title. And if you have any additional questions, of course, you know where to find me. But my number as well is 619-892-5841. Until then, you have a super great day. Take care and bye-bye.